15 is Richard. 61k, Josie Pete Bennett. 12S's Blake Cooper. 45A, Warren Beecham rolling around. Remember, this is Group 1 and Group 2 working together, so it's not all the cars we have in the field. There's the 641, the Band-Aid King Angus Moore there. He's got a patched up right-hand side panel. Funny story from last week's racing there. 16 is Ted Ingram, 14 is Paul Thornley, Auckland registered cars, that is. 67A, Scott Rumble, 89, Tommy Roberts. Then we've got the 64, which is Tom Moore, that's Angus's dad. Tim Moore, in actual fact, that's right. 23 is Pete Pedersen, and the 116A is David Ingram. Plenty of Ingrams here tonight in the Ray White Real Estate Chevy Corvettes. Looking the part, these machines all ready to go. Off the front is the 15A, as you can see. Right beside us, the 61K car off grid number 2. So Josie Pete Bennett, that's daughter of Billy Pete, many times stock car champion, of course street stocks as well, legendary for the Bill Pete chassis from various things that he builds. Fantastic to have him down there in the pits and get a chance to have a couple of minute chat to him. Blake Cooper in the 12 car and the Stratty registered car. In fact, there's only the 2 non-Jaffers in the field here tonight, that is Hooper and Pete, Josie Pete Bennett. So they've actually drawn pretty good grids on this one. No Auckland lockouts on this one, Hans. They've decided to include the non-Jaffers.
Yeah, great to see, of course. Great to see a number of cars travelling up, as you've said. A couple of Stratford cars in there, a few from Kihi, and a couple also from Huntley as well.
You can see the stickman down there on the infield, Dion Burgess with the white powder. He's ready to get himself underway. He doesn't work for Pack and Save, but he may as well do. Although he looks like he's pregnant, I think he's eating an apple. He's got a big belly. Ready to set them around. So once the call is made, the lights will go out. We have the yellow lights at the moment. You can see it there at the way things are. And I do apologise that the 15 car Richard Nowaleski, we always pronounce his name wrong. So don't think that I'm being disrespectful to Richard. He's a very good peddler. Of course, sponsored by our sponsor, our main sponsor, Mike McGurkin from Prestige Pools. So, but Richard off the front of this one, ready to get things underway. Keep an eye on Hooper in the 12 car. He is really keen to pounce from the second row. You can see the stickman down there. He waves him. He says, I'm going to set you off this time. He's thrown his talcum powder out of the cot. As he says to them, ready. The lights will go out. I'd imagine Burgess does a good job there putting down the talcum powder. Let's hope it makes them smell a bit nicer at the end of the night too. There's no guarantees that's going to happen. So we've got Nowaleski, Bennett, Hooper, Beecham, Moore, Ingram, Thornley, Rumble, Tommy Roberts, Tim Moore in the 64, Pedersen in the 23, Dave Ingram off the back of this one. For how much longer in the Ray White Real Estate Chevy? They need to be side by side, a little bit mismatched, disjointed, but ready to go rumbling as we come out of turn number 4. Let's start this one off. Down the start, finish straight, 10 lapper for the first of the Auckland Saloon Car Champ heats. This is Group 1 versus Group 2. Through Cemetery Beam without any problems. Oh, looks like one of the Ray White boys go wide. Gets a bit of a bush car moving along there from the 67, trying to come with him. Moore right at the back, leading the rear of the field in the 64 car. Right at the front of the field, though, it's Josie Pete Bennett and Hooper side by side. In fact, the Hooper gets his nose up the inside. He's trying to put a great race meet together tonight before he shoots off overseas in only a matter of days' time. So this could be an absolute standout race for young Blake. Keep an eye on him. Down the start, finish straight. Lovely pace there from Hooper. Then we've got Pete Bennett back in second spot there. Go back to the third car there of Angus Moore. He's all patchwork quilted, but he's holding together nicely. Massive grip, massive gap though to Hooper. And now we see the Ray White boys trying to work their way through. So too the Tommy Roberts 89 car. Keep an eye on him. Here comes the 116. Down the start, finish straight. Dave Ingram, he's doing everything he possibly can to make up some inroads, and he's back in 5th place at the moment, the first of the Ray White cars. Father Ted further back in the 16 car. So those two Ingram boys absolutely determined to try and improve themselves. Hooper goes wide through 4. Just stays off the concrete button. Thank heavens for that. He keeps himself in the lead of this one as Josie Pete Bennett's under immense attack through 1. And away goes Tom Roberts in the 89. Oh, he's got a great setup. Looks like Scott Rumble's having a bad night tonight. All over the place through turn number 1. Now he recovers. Let's hope he can keep it all going for a few more laps yet. As we are 5 laps completed, half race distance. Lovely job there from Hooper. Man, he's the fastest car on the track by a massive margin. Second place, Roberts. Now you can see he's got a good gap, but this battle with third Hans, she's on for young and old between Pete Bennett, Moore and Ingram.
Yeah, fantastic stuff from those three at the moment. The trio there battling for, as you said, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Dave Ingram there on the low line, trying to get past Pete Bennett at the moment. More on the outside on the 6:41 machine. Fastest lap of the race at the moment, a 17.03 set by the 89 of Tom Roberts.
Yeah, some great pace there from Roberts. No doubt he's the man on the move as he starts to line up. Hooper starts to line up Beecham there for a lap pass through turn number 4, the 45 of Warren Beecham. Now that's no slow car. It just goes to show the pace of this driver. And Hooper is absolutely giving it a good old footfall here tonight. He's flicking them the jandle as he comes out of turn number 2. Second place, Tom Roberts, fastest car on the track. You heard Hans just say. Third place is Pete Bennett back in the 61k car. She's doing everything she can to hang on to third, but Angus Moore's keen, and so too is Ingram in the 116 as the white flag comes out this time around. Hooper's the man on the mission. Can he get past Beecham, or can he at least get the first win underway, get the points in the bank?
6:41, Angus Moore and the 116 of Dave Ingram battling with Pete Bennett now. Watch for Ingram on the outside on the red-white car. He gets the job done on the back straight into 3 and 4. The checkered flag will fly though, and it will be our visitor from Stratford, the 12S of Hooper, taking the win. Roberts home in second in the 89 from Ingram on that late pass, and then go back to Josie Pete Bennett with Angus Moore, the 6:40 run to run at your top 5. Pete Pedersen will go in 6th spot from Ingram.
But I'll tell you what, it's going to be a fantastic sight to behold. Looking forward to this one big time. I don't know if you heard what Hans had to say, but the more noise you make, the more these stock cars turn it up, and we love seeing it. I'm seeing a Vasey in a stock car here tonight at Prestige Pools, Waikaraka Park in the 351. Now, if you want to see some stock car smash and dash, you need to make some noise, and this isn't some fanciful chant. You need to make some noise. I'll ask you the question, Waikaraka Park. Do you want to see some stock car action tonight? You've got to be louder than that. I'm sorry, because stock car drivers are part deaf. You need to make some noise. Do you want to see some stock car action tonight?
Well, awesome. That sounds awesome, and I think these guys are going to be ready. These guys are certainly ready trackside, and they're off and away. 10 laps the race distance.
26 maniacs of mayhem into turn number 1, turn number 2. Bang, crash, smash, cemetery pinned. They're already turned around. They're turning it up, Waikaraka Park. If you want to see more of this, you need to keep being vocal, because they've got 3, 4, 5 cars tangled up there. We've got cars up on top of cars. It's like a mating season. Oh, we've got red. And that is all because of you. They don't mind. The cars are not here to be museum pieces. They want to get out there and smash them and bash them, and they do not mind. Give yourselves a pat on the back, Prestige Pools, Waikaraka Park. Absolutely fantastic. Already T and Scott's on the infield as the lights go out. Let's go racing. We're going to go green, green, green and get back into this one. Stage 2 of race 1 for the stock cars. And bash, crash. Let's hope they smash as we get right into it.
Off and away with heat 1 for the stock cars. Race leader, the 16H, out of Huntley, James Marshall. Chasing him down in the second spot is the 13 of Aaron Wilson. They work their way down the front straight. Watch for the 54 of Hazelton out of Gisborne. He's a fast competitor as well. Down through turns 1 and 2. Cemetery Bend, our leaders go. Couple of cars already starting to mix up the steering action. The 351 of Vasey and the 97 mixing it up here on the front straight. 4 of Azaria Simpson getting chased down by the 137 of Morris. Doing a great job there. Also on the front straight as well. This great battle. It's the 54 of Hazelton, the 66 and the 13. The bumpers going in. Race leader still the 16 of Marshall. 979 of Sean Jerry works his way down the front straight as well. Laps counting down. We've got 6 left to run for stock cars heat number 1. And already a bit of biff and baff of Vasey and the 13 of Aaron Wilson on the front straight, rubbing bumpers and side rails. Tennant there in the TR Rentals 808 machine working down through turns 1 and 2, trying to keep his nose clean. Of course, son of former ex-New Zealand Superstock champion Dave Tennant. The 912 of Connolly Chatfield issues on the exit of turns 3 and 4 for her, but it's Marshall who still leads from Crump, Hazelton, Kyle Matthews and Aaron Wilson for your top 5. Relatively clean and tame at the moment, but certainly no doubt a little bit later on the bumpers are going to come out and there's going to be more steering action.
Yeah, no doubt about that. This is the first race of the night. We've had a bash, we've had a smash. Let me go red again. Let's go green, green, green. We're ready to go. 4 laps to go in the first stock car race of the night. Heat number 1 for the stock cars. We've had enough of this driving nice and gently nonsense. Let's get some bumpers scraped. Let's get some panels damaged. Heck, let's put a car on its lid. We're not paying the bill. Oh, bang goes the 16H into the wall out of turn number 4. Turn it up, stock cars. That's what we want to see. Oh, she's all on for young and old now. Now they're starting to remember what they're there for. They heard you. They heard you and they said 3 wide down the back straight. There goes the Sparks. They said, oh, we're here to entertain the crowd. We've got a sellout crowd here at Prestige Pools, Waikaraka Park with a couple of laps to go. It's all on for young and old, Hans. Let's finish this one well.
New race leader, the 99 of Hayden Crump. Now taking over lead from the 16 of Marshall down and through turns 1 and 2. Crump gets his nose clean and clear and he's off. Laps counting down, as you've said, Mike. The left seat down through turn 3 and 4. Go our race leaders. Onto the front straight. Nigel Hazelton, the 54, sitting in third from the 808 Lieutenant. And then go back to the 47 of Fletcher there. White flag flies, less than a lap left to run for our race leader. It's the 99 of Crump as he works down through turns 3 and 4 onto the front straight. He will pick up the win. The checkered flag flies for heat number 1 of the stock cars. Second home will be the 16 of Marshall, and it's the drag race for the 54. GF Hazelton will finish in third from the 808 Lieutenant. Then go back to the 38 of Roberts from the 47 of Fletcher there. Baker will come home in 6th spot from Wilson. Matty Shaw in the 45 and 8 from Williamson. Azaria Simpson, incredible 10th spot finish.
And KP, Shannon Savage is out there. Shannon Savage in the 85 car, the Scooby-Doo station wagon, has decided to go out and go racing. He said to me, Mike, I'm not sure if I'm going to go out there. He's had a few medical ups and downs lately. I'm probably going to go and put the thing into somebody and get silly. I said, no, not you, Shannon. You're a stock car driver. You've been out there. You know how to control yourself. He said, no, I'm a bit like Frank Irvine, mate. When it all comes on, the green mist comes, the red mist comes down. I can't behave. So will the Savage machine finish this race? He's on about the 3rd row. Now, we're not really too worried about who is in the race. We don't particularly care about names and numbers. We like to be a bit hillbilly when it comes to this race. It's basically a get out there and have a go. If you want to go speedway racing, it's almost a way to get out there and do it. This derby class, or we call them sometimes street cars or derby cars or whatever. They can just get out there and have themselves a little bit of fun. We don't really matter too much. And just in case you're worried about the water truck and the safety vehicle, they will not be in this race, okay? They are just out there to put a bit of water down and keep the flashing lights on, because everyone likes flashing lights. And we've got the guys in the fluoro vest, kind enough to stand in the middle of the track there with all of this pent-up energy of derby drivers. And we know they're as mad as meat axes, most of them, God bless them. But nonetheless, there's the 49 car. Now, I can tell you a bit about 49. He's actually Jared Buchanan. He's ready to get out there and have a bit of a crack. And I'm looking for 449 in actual fact. My old mate, Mr. Wedding Bells. But we'll have to wait and see where he is during the course. So some of the numbers easier to see than the other. And the mighty old Nissan car number 12 right at the front there, that looks like it's a Maxima or a Skyline or something. Ollie Young in the Maxima it is in actual fact, the man from Glen Eden ready to get out there in car 12. Now the thing here is to win the Demolition Derby, you need to finish these races. Nobody cares who wins. We don't have any prizes. The best thing they get is a free trip off the track. But if you use a tow vehicle, if they blow a tyre and they haven't got a spare, well, how do we say this nicely? It sucks to be them. It sucks to be them. Would you do a derby? Have you done a her derby?
I've done a couple.
Yeah, I've done a couple.
They're brilliant, aren't they?
I won my first one. I won my first one. I won it.
I had a Frankie once.
I won my first one. 39 cars. I won it, just in case you weren't. And I was commentating it from inside the car. True story. I'm a legend at Waihi Beach Dirt Track Club. Fantastic. And don't forget Mary next week too. Next down there at the dirt track. All right, ready to go. Let's get racing as we get all set. Derby car race, first one away. Keep an eye on Shannon Savage and the Scooby-Doo. Is he going to behave himself? Who cares? Not worried about it. Ollie Young and the Maxima. Who's this round the outside? grinding the wall a little bit there in these street cars. These things are absolutely stocked now. He's got lots of pace. Has he got any brakes? Oh, Bootska! That's what we want. Oh no! He comes across and a Demolition Derby ensues. Half a lap in, we've already got a Derby. Well, why don't we just carry on? But I don't think we're allowed to. Oh my goodness gracious me. Ollie Young in the 12 car did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong, Ollie Young, but Cletus Cleghorn in car number 65. Oh, bless his heart, he's out there. But what more can you say? I'm just trying to have a look at Frank Irvine for the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Was that genius driving, or could it have been done better? He's a little bit undecided at the moment. He's on the fence. And that's something we don't often see from the man who invented Irvine's pies. So it is one of those things. We'll go into a red flag. We don't often see this, and we don't even try to fire up the crowd because these guys are mad enough as it is. But the good news, can you believe it? Shannon Savage has actually survived the first part of a race, and he hasn't killed the car, which I expected strongly that he would be the man. But unfortunately, the old laser looks like it's seen better days. And ground to a halt on the infield. Now there will be a stewards meeting on this one. They may get called up into the V8 Supercars office, and we may issue a penalty or a fine. We won't, but it just sounds like we care. We'll just dig a hole, put the cars over there, and start the race again in a minute, but they'll have to wait until the reds come out. What about that, Waikaraka Park? Do you want to see some more derby car racing? Ah, bloodlust. Love it. Absolutely love it. I've just had a terrible text come through. My nephews couldn't get in. They turned up and the gates were shut on them. So no favouritism here. Once we're full, we're full. Well, we're like a skinny person with a large meal. It's all over when it's finished. And unfortunately, they have missed out, which is a shame. So thanks very much to Ems for telling me that. But it is an absolute crying shame. It's I suppose next time around it's tickets on the internet, because a lot of the tickets have been purchased on the internet, and that's where you guys have got in. The ones that turned up without buying, without getting them online, you've done very, very well. I'm not sure what the drag is here to get this car off the track. We'll go green. Oh, someone's already jumped before the green come on, but they're inexperienced drivers, these lot. They only drive on the road. So the people you see out there on the track, you'll be sharing the motorway with on the way home. What could possibly go wrong? You'll be fine. I'm just wrapped to see old Shannon Savage out there in 85, still circulating in the red Scooby-Doo. He's got the big jaws on the front of Tow Mater there. He's got the old Tow Mater theme going as Steve Stewart goes past in the 27 car. The race leader at the moment, we don't really care, to be honest. The lap scorers will worry about that. It's all about getting these drivers out there, and it was a good fun thing for them to have a bit of a bump and a scrape, and more so non-contact. But as you can see, 2 down. Plenty more to go as the 34 car goes past us down the start finish straight. There's the 51 of Kane Polglaze in the pink Primera, and he's very comfortable with himself in that car as well, and happy to tell the rest of us as he goes past. Jordan Beaumont there in the 16 car there, the Nissan Pulsar, just going into Cemetery Bend now. And I must take some moments to say g'day to Cemetery Bend. Traditionally, Cemetery Bend is full of geriatrics and people about to die, and we just chuck them over the fence into the cemetery. But it looks like a younger group of people now, less than 70 years of age. So hopefully you're enjoying yourself, Cemetery Bend. It's fantastic. We'll do a sound off later. Who's got the biggest noise around the track? Meantime, the 69 car there, missing the front bumper, has to be John Hoberg, and it is in the Mazda 323, the old BF. And there's the 53 car. You can see some of them, like the laser there, you think, yep, deserves to be in a Demolition Derby, and I think that's Blaze down as a Ford Mondeo in that 53. Maybe there's two 53s looking for the Volkswagen Beetle. That'll be a traditional send-off. And the 49 goes past us. There's Steve Stewart in the 27 car there. Beautifully, he always puts a lot of effort into the presentation of his cars, Stephen Stewart. And then he smashes living daylights out of them, which is fantastic. So he doesn't care that much. Meantime, Kane Polglaze in the pink Primera, the man from Waiheke Island, he just wants to know that I'm here. And look, here I go around the corner in this lovely and well-presented machine. Oh, apparently the checkered flag come out, but I don't think it'll make any difference for these harebrains, because it's all about us having fun more than them, and it's exciting when we see them go through. I think Steve Benny in his Primera did reasonably well in that one as well, but again, we don't care. So we'll see another group of cars come out. How many will get destroyed in this one? If you do these races, you really need to look after the car. That's all you've got to do. But once you put on the helmet, they go, oh, take the brain out, pop it in the glove box, won't be needing that for a few hours. And you've seen the should I say, is testosterone the right thing of some of our drivers? And I'm not just saying males necessarily. We do have females out there in the derby cars across the line, and They are as mad as hatters, bless their hearts, and it's just a way to get your inner madness out. And what better way to do it than a demolition derby?
A couple of guys already been back straight. Is it 42?
Yeah. But the smart thing is chuck a bit of oil in the petrol, mate. Make it look like she's more damaged than she is. You know, have a bit of fun. Put a hole in the breather of the booster, so the master cylinder, the brake and derby. That way it smokes white. It's quite good out the back there. So it's all on here. Now, we shouldn't, ladies and gentlemen, we shouldn't egg on these drivers because we didn't egg on the other drivers and they crashed. Or should we? What do you reckon, Hans? Should we egg on the...
Oh, of course we got to egg them on.
Should we? I don't know. Not in race cars. We shouldn't hype them up. We don't want to see them crash. I suppose we should ask the crowd because the crowd... So we'll wait till these cars come down the front straight and we'll ask the crowd if derby car race, just a race. Don't make too much loud noise, otherwise they might go really, these guys are fired up. You can absolutely, there's the 15 car. I'm sure Daryl will drive well behaved. So we'll do it. Let's hype them up. Let's ask the question. Don't toot the horns. We're trying to talk to you. You reckon, Waikaraka Park, do you want to see a good derby car race?
Oh, that's not bad.
Every person that yelled wants these guys to crash up. That's what it was. They should be ashamed of themselves. We really love them. I see we've got a hybrid EV car down there, which is fantastic, the 96 car. No idea who that is. Oh, that's Taylor. Taylor, mate. It's actually a hybrid EV Corolla, I'm sure, because it says hybrid on paint spray paint. Let's go, derby car racing group. First race of the night. Who's it going to be in this one? It's going to be no one. We'll just stop them there. Wrong.
As you said, survival through these jalopy races in order to get themselves through into the big Demolition Derby final. We give each group 6 laps. But I don't know, what do you want to say? Do we want them to crash and bash or do we want them to save the cars?
Oh, well. They're tooting back at the crowd. I love that. A lot of the horns still working on this. I just had a text come through that Bruce and Zach Spirit are having their first night at Waikaraka. So well done, Bruce. Happy first time here at Waikaraka. The question is, why is it taking so long? You tightwad. You're trying to watch it free on the live stream. Get your money out and get through the gate. Good to see you here. Hopefully Zach's going to enjoy himself tonight there as well. And you're in good company. I say that carefully from the texter. You know who you are. Bless your heart. All right, let's get ready to go. Ready for derby car race number. Should say first race first up. We're already steaming. We're already overheating. We're about to go bang for some of them. We've got brake lights on. We've got tail lights. We've got indicators. Sorry, we've got parker lights, I should say. Let's go derby car racing sometime soon. And nothing happened. Oh, we've got the gate shut. Tow trucks are in position. Everyone's happy. They've all had their tea and scones. Yeah, the drivers are going, come on, let's get on with it. Let's go racing. There'll be a reason why, of course. They'll be moving people around. What are you saying, Hans? Say something. Are you putting something out? I can't see. It wouldn't be hard. I need a white cane. Here we go. The flags are pulled in. The orange lights are going to go out any second. We're going to go green. Second group, first race for them. Away goes the 96 car. Lightning reflexes. And smoky start for the white Corolla into turn number 1 for him. At the front of the field, nobody cares who the race leader is, followed closely by, I'm not really sure, and third place, it'll be someone. Right behind them is the fourth place 77 car. That's Regan Jordan in the Ovlov station wagon, the man from down in the bay. You've got to speak very slowly to him, otherwise he's normal. Oh, tank slapper from the Houdini. Does he tidy himself up? Yes, he does. Oh, lovely bit of car control. What am I saying? He should have been tank slapping in the first place. Nonetheless, it's all on for young and old. Regan Jordan out there in the 77 car. He'll be trying to win this one too. He thinks there's a prize up for grabs, bless his heart, the man from New Plymouth. And he does the big understeer. This is the non-turbo Volvo. He's trying to get the turbocharged one, but it wouldn't run like a typical modern Volvo. Keep an eye on RJ. He's actually been a big part of derby racing down in Palmy, down in the Bay, and the man from New Plymouth, he travels the country pretty much doing this. He just loves it, and it's great to see him out there. If you have an emergency, call 111, says the silver station wagon going past. That's Daniel Reid from Stratford. So a lot of travellers as we go red. Don't say that too often with Scooby-Dooby-Doos as we get ready to go green. Yep, let's get it underway. Race leader at the moment is We Wouldn't Have a Flaming Clue, Don't Care, and of course it'll be someone in third place. Keep an eye on this one. Who's your favourite? Who's it going to be? You fired them up. We've only had the one car hit the wall so far. Hopefully going to be all right for the Derby. Watching the Corolla at turn number 1. Trying to get inside the silver machine. Keep an eye on our mate Regan Jordan. Here he is in the 77. He'll be there or thereabouts. I think the white Camry in front of him is actually the race leader if we really care. But it's all about having fun out there on the track. Where do they get these cars from? Goodness, I tried to find some myself. They are very hard to find. The TKO boys down the start-finish straight there in the Volkswagen Golf and the Falcon. They're not loyal to any particular brand, bless their heart. Nothing wrong with that. 19 is Stevie Reed in the Camry, another New Plymouth driver. Got plenty of boys there registered to Stratty and New Plymouth and all down the line. They travel far and wide for a bit of a skid. Why not come up to Jaffa? Portis, the Corolla goes wide round the outside of turn number 4. Smoking up the field and doing a good job. Watching for the flags. A white flag is going to go checkered flag for the white car. And a good win there for Steve Reed in the Camry. Lovely drive. That means Regan Jordan is going to get second place in 77. Sorry for being accurate. I really don't care about who wins these. It's more about seeing them out having fun. And I love seeing people get out there and give it a good old-fashioned thrash. And there's Brittany and the Brittany Kato and the Nissan and the 8 cars up there as well. Some great driving. Some not so great driving too. Those are the people we share the roads with. All right, let's go racing. Off the front of this one, we are set, we are locked, we are loaded. The 24 car there, setting the pace around the outside. We'll see how this one all pans out. That's, of course, Richard Clancy on the inside. Ingram, let's get ready to go green, do we? Yes, we do. 3 Ingrams out there this time around. We'll never get that misconstrued as we come through turn number 2. Down the back straight. And away goes Dave Ingram in the 116. The family might be out there, but boy, there's a bit of a feud. They fight hard against each other no matter what. Clancy in second spot. Then we've got Tom Ingram in third spot at the moment. He's able to challenge on him around the outside. That's Woolham. Blair Woolham's trying everything he possibly can to make it past the 10 car. Can he get past the 61? Keep an eye on this one. Into turn number 3. Who's the last of the late breakers? Oh, Rumble a bit late on the picks that time around. Just gives the right a tap into 4. Paul Wright just about gets himself sandwiched through 1 as he lines up the inside of Moore in the 64 car. Tim Moore is really starting to show some pace. Again, another first-time season runner in the 64 car. More Motorsport Machine than Monaro doing a great job as he keeps himself on the pole line. Watch for Lansdowne. And here comes Scotty Lansdowne. Watch Jody Hooker in the 69. Already made up a couple of spots. He's sitting behind Tom Ingram in the 16 car. Or was that 10 in the 16 car? I make a mistake, but he comes around through 3 and 4, all high, wide and handsome, fast and furious. A 10-lap race, this one, 4 laps completed, 6 to go down the back straight. Dave Ingram, he's wanting to show them a clean set of heels. Oh, watching a big last-minute lunge there from Blair Woolham. And Woolham in the 18 car, he just about went up the rear end of the third-place car there, Tom Ingram. So now we see Dave Ingram starting to pull away. Second place, Richard Clancy. Nice little turn of speed for Clancy. Fastest car on the track that time through was the 67, so certainly on a bit of a charge here. Down the start, finish straight. Clancy in second spot. Battle for third isn't over yet. It's an absolute ding-dong battle with Blair Woolham in the 18A 61 is Tom Ingram down the back straight between those two. Last of the late breakers is Woolham as we complete 7 laps this time, 3 to go. Fastest lap that time, Dave Ingram now. It's dropping like flies, these fastest laps. We'll see how this pans out. Beecham goes wide round 4. Oh, the 45 of Warren Beecham almost came unstuck through 3, tidies himself up and managed to keep off the wall for 4 as we complete 8 laps. 2 to go after this. White flag next time for Dave Ingram. Can he hold it together with a lot of lap cars in front of him? Pete Bennett is one of those as well. It's unusual to see Josie not quite on the pace. She's just struggling in the setup in the Luxo car. Down the start, finish straight. White flag comes out. And Dave Ingram's got 460 metres to go. Can he take out the first heat for this one? Out of the back straight down, he gets himself nicely in position. Rest of the 4 cars in front, that shouldn't be a problem. They will be lap cars if he gets past, he won't. It'll be a nice win for Dave Ingram. He'll take the win. Second place, Clancy. What a finish there for third with Woolham. Getting past Lansdowne and so too Tom Ingram, who drops back to 5th place in the 61A. We'll go 116A, 24 Clancy for second, 18 Willem for third, then 74A Lansdowne, 61 Tom Ingram, 146A Paul Wright, 67 Rumble, 69 Jody Hooker. Impressive turn and speed of that one up to 8th place. 16 Ted Ingram, 45 Beecham, 64 is Moore, and 61 Josie Pete Bennett. That's an outstanding way for Group 3 to say hello to the track.